Yo, 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 welcome back. This is Yo Man 5. We're right at the beginning of Rank 2. We're doing pretty well. What we did is, I still have the list titled as Bloody Face. I guess I should change the name of it at some point, because it's no longer the same list. I took out all the Bane of Dooms. I'm currently playing the one Void Terror and Sea Giant where they used to be. But yeah, for now it's doing pretty solid. The only other change is I may be considering cutting a Mortal Coil, but I don't think that's necessary nor correct at the moment. I'm going first. I'm going to keep one egg and one power overwhelming, because otherwise I could risk getting a really awkward hand. And I don't want to, because it's a Warlock, there's too many 1/3s and things that, I guess I could play Abusive and have Mortal Coil up, but I'd really rather be playing Nerubian Egg next turn. Because then I have things like Power Overwhelming Abusive Sergeant, or Life Tap Abusive Sergeant, or Life Tap Power Overwhelming, or Mortal Coil. Like, I have too many options if I get to just hold on to this. Right. So now we get to play this Nerubian Egg and have some really good value to follow it up with.
Get in there, fight, maggot!
So this is actually fine. I can leave this at 1 health because every Knife Juggler juggle has a chance to just give me a 4/4. So he's gonna kill it first, actually. So now I don't want any of these juggles to hit my Abusive Sergeant because I want to be able to trade it in for Coin Implosion. Gross. Okay, at least he got the... Okay, so those are actually, given that circumstances, those were ideal knife juggles for me. So I'm just gonna play this, trade this, and we get to have a good time now, because now next turn we get to go Direwolf Gang Boss and clean up a little bit of the board. And he's playing the Argent Squares list, so he's not gonna have nearly as much late game as I do, especially with 2. So he's just trying to put up a really big board. And I don't care how much value he gets out of this board, because I have so much burst. And if he tries to race me, I win that race super hard. He has 4 power on board, I have like 4 power in 1 minion. So he's gonna eat up this, Mortal Coil that. It's fine by me. What else has he got? Because like this Imp Juggler, or sorry, not Imp Juggler, this Imp Gang Boss is going to get some serious work done. Yes, he's trying to protect himself against juggles a little bit, but so we're gonna try and control the board. We don't want to pop his egg for him yet, because we could have popped it and risked the roll, but instead of leaving him with 2 minions, we'd leave him with a lot more minions. So he's just gonna give me an imp out of this. He's gonna get the lucky roll and get 4 imps out of this, which is unfortunate, but I can still clear most of these. Even with the Voidwalker. Actually, with the Voidwalker, I get a really good roll on this Void color. So I think he's going to pop it first and try and make me get a bad drop, but I'm going to get Doomguard instead, which is really unfortunate for him. Hit. Trade, Knife Juggler, Flame Imp. So I think we play Flame Imp, Knife Juggler first, and since we're not power overwhelming, we're going to tap first. So I think that actually changes what we're going to do a lot. Does it? No. Alright, so we Knife Juggler, we Flame Imp. We find out where we hit. Basically anywhere but the egg is great. Okay. So we hit this, and we just clear the entirety of the board. and we say go. Because this Defender of Argus is going to be an absolute all-star. Yep. Well played. He understands he's just way too behind on tempo. There's no way he can catch up with that list. He cannot actually do anything about my Doomguard. It's not a bad list, but it's like with that board, he can't do anything about it. So he just conceded, moved on to the next game. Alright, let's keep going. We're on a massive win streak. We're really enjoying this. Alright, we're up against another Warlock. Man, is it just all at this rank? Oh, we do not want this Mal'Ganis in our hand. The Dire Wolf and the Flaming can stay. We don't want that Mal'Ganis. Mortal Coil. I'm okay with that. If they're one of the more aggressive bents and they just like start with like a Leper Gnome or something. It may have been correct to go the Voidwalker, but I don't know what sort of Warlock this is, and so I think it's much better to just go ahead and play the pressure first. If it's a Haunted Creeper that gets coined out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the Haunted Creeper, play the Taunt, and then Mortal Coil one of them so that we use up all of our mana efficiently and we have a good board. But instead, he did nothing. We don't have to worry about Coin Hellfire quite yet, and so we're going to just jam a Knife Juggler and hit him in the face. We're getting to be really, really aggressive this game. Because we can get 2 Knife Juggler procs next turn, or we can get a Knife Juggler proc and Mortal Coil, or we can even Life Tap and get a Knife Juggler proc if they do nothing. So I don't want to deal with getting Hellfired or Shadow Flamed or anything here. So I think... So we could put pressure on and run into Hellfire, which sounds like a terrible idea, or we can just Hero Power and have this sick refill where he's setting up for a Shadow Flame. I'm not going to give it to him. I'm just going to present large amounts of damage to his face. If he lets this go for a turn, trying to get a better Shadow Flame than this out of it, or even setting up for a Defender play, we can go ahead and Implosion this, I think, or we can Nerubian Egg. So let's Implosion and see what we get. Just the 2. So I think I'm going to clear one of them and hit face. Because at this point we're on pace to have a pretty solid curve and game. We're going to need to start life tapping soon to get to our later game because this is a handlock. But again, we don't want to offer them a good Hellfire ever. We don't want to offer them a good Shadow Flame ever. Whereas again, we don't care about this. This is fine. So first things first, we're going to play an egg because if we get to board clear, it's like they're going to get to board clear, we want to be able to clean it up. So we hit this. We're going to Mortal Coil because we want to start going through our deck and getting to the goodies. We can Abusive Sergeant away the Sun Fury. We're wasting a little bit of damage here. And hit him in the face, because that puts him to 13, so they already used a Sun Fury, so they can, like, at most Molten Sun Fury. I don't know what he's well-plating me for. Unless he just, like, realizes he's super behind. Void Collar. How dead can I make them? Let's find out.
Why do you war?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not gonna play anything else because, and it could be wrong because I'm risking not getting lethal. But I also don't want to get into a big Shadow Flame turn.
Thank you.
Now we'll risk it. We'll risk it.
Why do you war?
Yeah. So we got the really good rolls there. He said it was a mistake because if I hit anything that's not his face, he probably has a really sick follow-up turn where he just like Shadow Flames into Mal'Ganis, and I can't win. But luckily, we lucked out. We did have to go for it there, and we did. We're having an absurd win rate with this deck right now. Hang on, am I in the next section? Yeah, I am. Okay, so we're at 10 minutes into this one. Alright. A warrior. Alright, so we're gonna want more heavily our Void Colors, our Death Rattle game. This Voidwalker is not going to be good. We might want to play more to our later game. I'm gonna wait and see what they keep, because they only get 3 cards, so they don't have as many mulligan options. They're gonna have a much less chance of having a Fiery War Axe. They'll have a 0% chance to have a Fiery War Axe on turn 2. They're also waiting to see how many I mulligan, though, so this is going to be a little bit awkward where we both stare at each other for a while. But, like, this makes me believe that they are a control warrior, because you mulligan a little more agnostically, like you don't care as much what you're playing against when you're playing the Grim Patron deck. So we're just going to mouse over things to mulligan. So mulligan, he kept 1 card. So we're going to mulligan these 2 and keep the Voidwalker. And then so we can Voidwalker, if he shows... He can't really show anything turn 2, so we're going to Voidwalker, find out if he has the War Axe. If he has the War Axe, we Gang Boss. If he doesn't, we go for a Dire Wolf. Okay. We even got a 1-drop to follow this with, so we're going to go like this, and just hit him in the face. Again, if we get more 1-drops, we're going to be life-tap 1-dropping because we want to get into our later game earlier because we can get our late game online way faster than they can get their late game online. I think this is a fine play. Because of the likelihood of this dying to like a Cruel Task or something, we're just going to go ahead and hit and put this on this side of it. If we were more worried about a weapon, we'd put it on this side because he has to hit the taunt. Alright. So we're gonna life tap, see what we get to. That would have been nice a turn like this turn, but instead we're going to make him waste a weapon charge on the Voidwalker so that he can't kill anything important. He will kill our Voidwalker and he'll kill our Flame Imp, but that is not nearly what he wants to get out of this. We didn't bother playing a Void Collar because we don't have any juicy damage from offer up. We don't want to just like let him kill a Void Collar for free and get into a 1/3. Whereas what we really want to be dropping in is Doom Guards, Mal'Ganis, even other Void Collars or Gang Bosses. We just want to make his turn as bad as possible. This is actually Grim Patron Warrior. Okay, so the way that we're going to do this is we're going to absolutely 100% clear everything he has. We're not going to leave him any options for any more bullshit. So we're going to kill this. This is going to be a 3/4 and kill this. This is going to clear that. So we had pegged them for Control Warrior really hard. Now we know that they're Grim Patron Warrior, they don't have as much of a late game, we get to start being a lot more aggressive. That card does not matter to me. You're about to feed that into an implosion unless you're going to Cruel Task, in which case... So we have Mal'Ganis. So we really, really want to incentivize killing this Void Color. So we're going to, I think we're going to get Void Color out. We're going to get Nerbian Egg out because we want to have some sick power overwhelming turns. And I think we also still want to put pressure on their life totals, so we're going to actually trade these imps in as much as we want them for an implosion turn, but we can have implosion power overwhelming next turn in even life tap. So we want to go ahead and present this. Because Mal'Ganis stops an entire combo turn from them. They'll be up to turn 8, so they'll have the Grim Patron nonsense. Which makes me almost want to implosion my own defender, depending on how their turn goes. Because that allows me to have all 3 threes, because they'll have Mal'Ganis. Because I can implosion, if it lives, I throw it into the 2-4, and then make all 3 threes with Mal'Ganis. And 1-0-2.
Mind if I roll need?
That's fine by me. It's also fine by me. So I hit here. I implosion this. Get a buttload of imps. And even if I don't want to risk second Warsong, second Grim Patron, but the odds of that are so low that I don't care. Because I have absolutely lethal. If he has the God Hand, sure. I don't think he has it. No, okay, he doesn't. So he has the Slam Execute, which is a little annoying, but he could very easily still be super dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 14 if he hero powers. I could easily drop more power on the board from next turn. He's a second unstable ghoul. It's a little bit annoying. You must choose. What are you playing?
What now?
Armor. Made to fit.
Armor Smith, so super dead. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 10, 12.
Sorry.
Get in there! Fight, maggot!
Well played. Alright, we're getting up there actually. We are straight up 9-1 with this list. Holy cow. Are we gonna get legend today? I would love that. We're at 18 minutes, we can keep going. Alright, what are we up against? Another Warlock. Are we on the players that are running for we have Mal'Ganis and Doomguard. We're gonna ship both of those back.
Your soul shall suffer!
We have the coin, so I kind of want to keep Abusive or Power Overwhelming, but at the same time we need to get to our better early drops. Those are... okay, that was really bad for a second when I saw Boom. He's keeping his entire hand? That worries me a bit. Abusive Sergeant, sure. I was about to say let's pretend to be Handlock and just Mortal Coil it, except that we have the coin double 1-drop opener that's actually absurdly just powerful against this. He wasted his 1-drop. It's actually super free. If he doesn't feel like trading it in, which he might not, we Mortal Coil it super free. Actually, no. We want Nerubian Egg, because if he has any Void Terror shenanigans, we get to counter them with Power Overwhelming Mortal Coil. We eat this for free, we hit him in the face. So he's probably got a Void Terror because he kept that last card. Power Overwhelming, terrible. Abusive Sergeant, terrible. So it has to be like Void Terror to make this play actually worth it. So he's setting up for a sick Void Terror, and so I think we're going to deny it. We lost the opportunity to have a sick Void Terror play ourselves, but we're just going to keep being really efficient because we don't want to deal with a 3-7 and 2 4-4s, but we can deal with a 3-5 and 1 4-4. So we're just going to continue to make all of his draws and plays super bad on the board and super awkward. And in fact, if he plays two things, like just a 1-drop and Void Terror, I guess if he doesn't eat it with one Void Terror, because we might be able to just like Sea Giant here. Alright, so we Implosion here because it's guaranteed to kill it. We trade away our 4-4, and because of the tempo and the cost of Sea Giant involved, we're just going to keep hitting him in the face. I'm not worried about him, he's just wasted one buff on Defender of Argus. Power Overwhelming into Void Terror, sure. On the one hand, that's massive. On the other hand, we don't care. He has to deal with this 88. Straight up has to. Man, he really likes these Void Terrors. So I think we life tap first. Yeah, because we can Defender of Argus, and we just present a way faster clock than we like. His Void Terror doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't like the way that they played this. But I mean, I guess I sort of do, because we win. They literally can't win this game. And so, like, that's an example of creating threats that are impossible to deal with and still losing anyway, because you don't have the tempo or the board control for that to be worth it. I can just go face every turn. Like, even if he didn't have a second Void Terror, if he just had the 1, I can just make imps over and over and just kill him with imps, because he can only kill 1 imp per turn, and even if he tries to race me, I was already ahead on the damage race, and in addition to imps, I'm playing other threats that he has to deal with. So he just ran himself out of cards too quickly. He jammed all of his creatures into 1 creature, and so he can only kill 1 imp per turn, whereas I had 4 or 5 things hitting him in the face every single turn. But now we're on the cusp of rank 1. We are almost there, folks. Let's go ahead and see if we can win this. One sec, let me clear my throat. Another Warlock Mirror. And I actually think that this is where I get rewarded a lot for having the Sea Giant in my list, because there are a ton of us on the ladder. I think I don't want Boom, I don't want Mortal Coil, I do kind of like Gang Boss, except I want a much faster start. With the coin, I'm tempted to keep Abusive Sergeant, because it's really good with any of our other early drops that we get. That makes me also want to keep Mortal Coil, but I don't think Mortal Coil is as worth it, because in Warlock deck, a lot of their minions aren't going to be killable with this Mortal Coil until later on, except for like Abusive Sergeant, which I still think was a terrible, terrible thing to do turn 1 against a Warlock. So I'm just going to pitch the entirety of my hand. We know we can't redraw Dr. Boom. Hopefully we don't get Mal'Ganis or Sea Giant in our opening hand. And we have the sick double 1-drop draw again. As much as I kind of want to coin out Void Color, it really depends on his play. Voidwalker, I'm absolutely double 1-dropping here. Because even if he has the abusive Sergeant, we don't particularly care. And if he has anything else, it's a terrible follow-up. Like, I'm not even afraid to ramp a Power Overwhelming on my Voidwalker to eat his 1-3 with my 3-2 and then just ram it into like a Knife Juggler. Like, the tempo is entirely worth it there. Whereas now he's got this really awkward hand. Where he's probably got something like Nerubian Egg, where it's just miserable, like sitting in his hand there, and I'll just life tap and have more board than him still.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Okay, so he did have the abusive. So we'll do that. If he has the Mortal Coil here, we get really punished. If he doesn't have the Mortal Coil, then he just trades in and we make Gang Boss. Okay, he doesn't have the Mortal Coil. So I think we make a Gang Boss, and I'm actually going to go face with this, because he didn't offer me the trade, which means he doesn't want to get rid of his bodies. And if he has like a Knife Juggler follow-up, this Gang Boss makes it super awkward. Nerubian Egg. More Haunted Creeper. And that's fine. So I'm going to play a Knife Juggler. I'm going to get my own Nerubian Egg on the field and hope that this kills the 1-1 or 2-1. It didn't, so we're gonna go ahead and kill it ourselves. It's a little awkward that we killed his other creeper because now he gets to just eat our Knife Juggler for free. And possibly with buffs. Like if he has a defender here, it's pretty dumb, but he doesn't, which is fine. There's no way he lets this Knife Juggler live. Okay, so he's going to kill this way. Okay. So we get to follow this up with a really obnoxious turn of Power Overwhelming Void Color. We get to just trade our monsters, and now I have a Void Color, which will get me super value if he tries to deal with it. This is still an even game, because I'm a little bit lower, but I'm ahead on tapping, I believe. Or no, I'm not. He's ahead on tapping. He has a Nerubian Egg, and I think he's considering Power Overwhelming it just now to get the... Alright, we have the Knife Juggler Implosion combo, so we're going to just straight up play this. I don't even care if we pop his egg. We get 3, 1, 2, 3. That's actually like perfect rolls. Now we have this huge board. If he has the Sea Giant here, he gets to play it for almost free, because there's, what, 7 on the board? He'll play it for 3 mana. Now he gets to Knife Juggler. Oh, just Knife Juggler Power Rolling? That's not super exciting. Now I get to Sea Giant. For 4? I can play it for 3. So let's Dire Wolf first. I want to see if I can kill the Knife Juggler. I can. I should have. Sorry, I played in the wrong order. I should have done that first. Actually, I think that's still the right order, because that lets me play it and lets me not waste damage. So he's got to find something absolutely obscene to go with this. He has BGH. Okay, so this is the, shoot, where's this list? This is Tide's list. So he's playing 2 Sea Giants, 2 Mal'Ganis, a Boom, 2 Doom Guards. I'm gonna life tap here, even though I could draw a demon. So I'm risking the 50-50 here. It's really awkward if I get the Void Terror. It's amazing if I get Mal'Ganis, especially because he life tapped. Unless I'm dead.
My shield for Argus.
He's not playing 2 BGHs in the list, is he? He's playing the 1 BGH. See, what does he play? Just play Power Overwhelming. So he might just be dead to this Mal'Ganis. Unless he finds the second Power Overwhelming. Because he's playing 2. Or no, he's already used the 1 Owl, right? Yeah, he's already used the Owl. He's 1 Defender, he's both Eggs, he's playing... I don't think he has outs.
So many possibilities.
That's a Void Terror. That's not in this list, though, so maybe he's not playing the Sea Giants. Okay, so he's trying to play to not be dead this turn. But sorry, I win the game. And we're there. We are there. We are rank 1. We are so close. We are 4 stars away. Friend of mine, but we're at 33. We're gonna go ahead and stop for now. But we're gonna push for legend. We'll try and see it. All right, share, like, subscribe. We are almost there. All right, let's do this.